I could get me a man over in Cairo?" I teased. But his answer had no humor in it. "You wouldn't want a husband from my country, because the men are very strict and the women they marry are disciplined. The things you say and do here in the U.S. wouldn't be tolerated where I'm from." Damn. "Yeah, whatever, Sanjay," I chuckled. Working at Sanjay's pharmacy was fairly easy. Time would go by fast. The first half of the day it would be somewhat busy, and after 2 p.m., the traffic would die down. This was when I'd take my lunch break. If I didn't bring my lunch from home, I'd leave the pharmacy and walk over to the food court in Pembroke Mall. This day was one of those days. "Going to lunch, Sanjay? Want anything from Pembroke Mall?" I asked him. "No, I'm fine, but thank you," he replied. I walked over to the computer, clocked out, and then I left the building. On my way out, I ran into Sanjay's brother, Amir. As usual, he said nothing to me. I'd always found it odd that Amir would stop by to see Sanjay during my lunch break, and if I was there when Amir walked into the pharmacy, Sanjay would send me on my lunch break or even send me home for the rest of the day. Now, I wasn't complaining, because I loved when he let me leave work early. But at the same time, there aren't any coincidences. Something wasn't right with that guy, and I knew it. Sanjay had spoken to me about his brother, but I didn't know much. He lived close by and was married with 3 children, and just like Sanjay, Amir was also very handsome. But Amir never said a word to me. If I hadn't heard Amir greet Sanjay, I'd wonder if he could speak at all. He'd wave at me when he'd come and go, but that was it. I never asked Sanjay how old his brother was because you could clearly see that Amir was younger. He was never flashy. He always wore a pair of casual pants and a regular button-down shirt. He had the look of a car salesman. I grabbed some Chinese food from the food court in the mall and then took a seat at one of the tables near one of the mall's exits. While I was eating, I got a call from my cousin Jillian. Her father and my mother are siblings. My uncle committed suicide when we were kids, so she lived with her mother until she turned 18. From there, she'd been back and forth from having her own apartment to sleeping under our grandmother's roof. Jillian was a pretty 26-year-old, full-figured woman. She wasn't the brightest when it came to picking the men in her life, but she had a good heart, and that's all that mattered to me. She'd barely said hello before she asked, "Think you can bring me a couple of Percocets on your way home?" "Jillian, not today," I griped. "You're acting like I'm asking you to bring me a pill bottle of 'em," Jillian protested. "And besides, you know I don't ask you unless I really need them." I let out a long sigh and said, "I'm gonna bring you only 2, and that's it." "Thank you," Jillian said with excitement. "Yeah, whatever. You're such a spoiled brat," I told her. "So, what are you doing?" "Sitting in the food court of Pembroke Mall, eating some Chinese food." "What time you get off today?" "I think I'm going to leave at about 7 since it's Saturday." "Has it been busy today?" "Kinda. Sorta," I replied between each chew. "So, what are you doing after work?" "Terrell has been harassing me, talking about he wants to see me," I told her. Terrell was my on and off again boyfriend. "That sounds so boring. What do you want me to do, sit around all day like you and get high off prescription drugs?" I asked sarcastically. "Oh, Misty, that was a low blow. You know I don't do this shit for fun. If I don't take those drugs, I'm going to be in serious pain." "Look, I know you need 'em, so I'm going to get off your back. But from time to time, you do ask me for more than you should have." "That's because I'm trying to make a few dollars here and there. Oh, and speaking of which, I got a business proposition for you." "What is it now?" "I got a homeboy that'll pay top dollar for 20 to 25 Vicodin pills." "Jillian, are you freaking crazy? There's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to get that many pills."